A Nigerian family who has lived in the United Kingdom for more than 5 years has had their indefinite leave to remain application revoked. This common reason that caused this Nigerian family their indefinite leave to remain is something that a lot of people might not be aware of. This family, their stay in the UK, thinking that they have achieved their long-term goal. Imagine building your life in the UK for many years, only to have it fall apart because of one mistake on your application. This is exactly what happened to this Nigerian family who, as we speak today, they do not know where they stand. Good afternoon. The Lunch Club is where you will hear the latest diaspora news. We share these stories to inform and educate our audience. Knowledge, they say, is power. Maybe this family would not have been in this situation they found themselves if they have watched a video like this. If you know anyone who lives in the United Kingdom who is in the process of going through immigration, please kindly ensure that they watch this video because there are valuable lessons that they can learn from this story of Richard and his wife Onome. This couple, they have two children. They came to the United Kingdom 5 years ago. The wife is a nurse. The husband is the wife dependent. He is an IT expert. They haven't got any problems with work. The woman, straight away, she was working in hospital in the UK. The husband, he got a job in IT. He initially got a job for 3 years working permanent. They'll have two children. Their children, they are under 11. This woman, everything was going well for the woman. The man, he himself, he was working and he was offered visa sponsorship, but he turned it down because his long-term plan has been, once he has gotten 2 to 3 years UK experience, his plan is to go and start working in contracting, doing self-employed. This man and his wife, the man, he after 3 years, he started doing contracting. He was doing contracting and he was earning £500 a day is what this guy was earning doing contracting. That is one of the reasons why he said he doesn't want to work permanent because he has got UK experience and he just focused on his contracting. This guy has two properties in the UK. He's doing very, very well. One day, the wife took the child to the hospital who wasn't well. The doctor gave the child prescription, said, take this child, go and get this child this prescription. The woman went to the pharmacist. When she went to the pharmacist, she showed the pharmacist the prescription, and the pharmacist said, ask her a question, do you pay for prescription? This woman said, what do you mean? The pharmacist said, well, some people are exempted from paying for prescription. For example, anyone that lives in the UK who has a child who is under 16, or anyone that has that's just giving birth to baby, they do not pay for prescription in the UK. The woman naively, she said, well, I have a child who is under 12 and therefore I should not pay for prescription. The woman was given the prescription, they given the medication, and she left. When she left, she told her husband when he came back from work that, babe, I went to the pharmacist when our daughter wasn't well, and this is what happened. The husband said, oh, you didn't pay for prescription. Okay. The husband now said, okay, we're not supposed to pay for a prescription anyway because we are living and working in the UK. The husband called his friend over the weekend. He was chatting with his friend, a Nigerian who has been in the UK for many years, and he said, bro, I go see the doctors last week. I didn't. My wife went to see the doctor and she didn't pay for prescription. That guy immediately said to this brother, "Look, you need to go back to that pharmacist and tell the pharmacist that your wife made a mistake, that you're not supposed to pay for prescription. You're supposed to pay for prescription." The guy now asked his friend, "Why?" Richard asked his friend, "Why? We're working in the UK. We're supposed to pay. We're not supposed to pay for prescription. I am a high earner. I earn £500 a day. I pay more than £25,000 on a tax. It's a lot." The guy now said, "No, you are not supposed to pay. You're supposed to pay for prescription because you don't have you have no recourse to public fund on your visa." This Richard is somebody who has been described that, according to the wife said the husband always claimed to know more than anyone. The friend advised, this friend has lived in the UK for more than 15 years. He advised Richard, go back to the pharmacist, tell them you made a mistake, pay for the prescription because you're not supposed to. The guy argued. The guy told his friend that he has gone to research it and he has realized that he is not supposed to pay for prescription. They argue. The friend, him and the friend, that thing almost caused quarrel for Richard and his friend. The next time the wife went there, Richard then told the wife that he shouldn't mind his friend, that they're not supposed to pay for a prescription because they are working in the UK and the wife is working as a nurse. The wife agreed to the husband. The wife who contacted him said she had reservation because when she told a couple of their friends, they said, "No, you have no recourse to public fund on your visa. You are not you're supposed to pay for prescription." But every time the woman brings the matter home, the husband always claims that he knows too much and he believes that he is right. According to him, he's done his research. He is not supposed to pay for any prescription in the UK because he is working and paying taxes. That was fine. Meanwhile, Richard and his friend, who has lived in the UK, and advised him that this thing you're doing, bro, is going to cause trouble for you. He stopped talking to that friend completely. This was the same friend in the beginning who advised him about coming to the UK, who guided him through the process. This matter caused trouble for Richard and his friend. They stopped talking to his friend completely because he thinks that his friend doesn't know. He knows, he has done all the research. He moved. My brother submitted his application for indefinite leave to remain. Haven't lived in the UK for more than 5 years. This is a guy who has 2 houses in the UK. He earns £500 a day doing contracting work for all over the places. He's very, very good IT guy. And he's paying a lot of money on taxes. That is why he is insisting that he is not supposed to pay for prescription because he's earning money and he's paying taxes in the UK. He submitted the application. When he submitted the application was taking time. The application was submitted, it's more than 6-7 months. Application still hasn't come. When the guy waited, he finally got his indefinite leave to remain outcome last week. The Home Office told him that he has been refused because he has no recourse to public home and he has been getting medication free without paying. The guy was shocked that the medication that I got long time ago, this is something that happened long time ago. The medication that I got, he was shocked that this thing show up. Okay, do I have the option now of paying for the medication? No option. He has been refused indefinite leave to remain. This is a guy who is due for indefinite leave to remain. He has lived here. This is a guy that he was offered visa sponsorship. He turned it down because he wanted to remain as the dependent so that he can continue to work, agency work, and make a lot of money. He has done very well for himself, but now his visa application has been refused. I know another person who did not pay for train. And this guy, because he did not pay for train, that alone, it was refused when he applied for indefinite leave to remain. Simple things like not paying for train. This guy was refused his application. The question I am asking is, this story is a tough reminder that even the smartest mistake can destroy years of hard work and sacrifice. But the question I'm asking, do you think that it is fair that somebody who worked, paid taxes in the UK, pay more than 25,000 pounds a year, is not allowed, is refused his application because he did not pay for prescription? Do you think this is fair? Do you think that this guy should have listened to his friend and do what his friend suggested and pay? Remember, the prescription that we are talking about is only 12 pounds. Only 12 pounds. That is all this guy needs to pay for the medication that he want to go. But because the guy refused advice, he was advised, and because of that, this guy has now been refused. There are 5 main reasons why the Home Office will refuse you indefinite leave to remain. And if you're watching this now, make sure you take this down. The first reason is deception. False. If the Home Office believe that your application, there's any evidence of deception or false document, they are not going to refuse, they're going to refuse it. The second one is criminality. And this one is the most important one, what they call good character. Good character is not defined, it's subjective, but you have to pass that before they grant your application. The third one is failure to meet specific rules. You are in the UK, but you don't stay in the UK. All those will count when you are applying for your application. Fraud is a big one. Fraud is a big one. And failure to meet specific route requirement is another reason. If you take those 5 reasons down, if you're applying or you know anybody that is applying for indefinite leave to remain, kindly ensure that they take these 5 reasons down. Deception, criminality, good character, failure to meet specific route requirement, and overseas absence and lack of continuous residence in the UK. Fraud and prior misrepresentation. These are the reasons that Home Office, they are refusing people indefinite leave to remain. Somebody that did not pay train ticket was refused indefinite leave to remain 2 weeks ago. Do you think it's fair? This story is a painful reminder that everything that you have worked for, as when you are under immigration control, you can blow it up with one silly mistake. A brother who was earning 500 pounds a day, because he did not want to pay 12 pounds for his prescription, his indefinite leave to remain is being refused, and this guy is now in limbo. Do you think it's fair? Leave your comment in the comment section whether you think that this is fair. For somebody who worked and paid taxes in the UK should be denied the right to stay in the UK because he did not pay 12 pounds. Share this video with anyone that you know is going through immigration control. Don't forget to give the